Welcome to Lifestyles of the Strange and Exotic, ye old Renaissance Fair Haul. Now, it's in a new place this year, in Norwich, Connecticut. It's been in Hebron for so long, now it's like trying to figure out, but it's a little longer to get there, and it's a whole new theme this year, and there's a whole Henry VIII, and that video is already up, and of course, you have to get, stuff. I was hoping to find another pen like him, because I got him last year. He's my favorite pen in all the world. My only qualm is that it's a ballpoint and not a gel. Because somehow, because my brain works faster than my hand, a gel is so much keeps up with me better than a ballpoint. But they didn't have any of the skull ones. They had the Ankh, which was not well done, a mummy, and a bunch of animal type things. I was going to get another one of him, but alas, it was not there. So I shall show you the goodies that I got. Now, technically, I did not get this. Hubby got the pretty rose that actually held up rather well. You can tell it's a real rose when it smells like beer. Faint hint of ale. And it matched my dreadfalls I had in my hair, so I thought it was a pretty shade of pink. So, that was one of the things, which was really rather awkward to hold on to, because you don't want to knock the petals off, and you're surrounded by a bunch of people, and you've got stuff in your hands, and good to buy it near the end when you're ready. But that was that. Now, this was actually free, and it was from somebody I will behead. Now I forgot what the heck the Tattermalion, I think the company is, and they do period pieces, and they have a few baskets of scraps that they use, and this is expensive material and good golly gosh, what's the upholstery type fabric. And I got quite a few pieces. And, these are good for little quilt blocks, and this would go a long way. In 1 year, I got, and it was a lot of it too, strips of a felt type material. And I shall spin you over. La, 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 la. If you can see this piece here, the sort of plain maroon velvety part that's with the black. That all came from the fair, and it made it into a lot of different things, and that went a long way. So I'm always happy when I can find some nice pieces, especially of the expensive stuff you can't find anywhere. So this would make a nice bag, just in and of itself. So thank you, Tattermalion, for being generous with your scraps. And I got some blue and. That's sort of a nice velvety thing. I wonder if they source some of these at Ocean State, some of the more heftier stuff. Looks like some things I found there. You get quite a bit of yardage for $6, but free is so much better. So, as we were going back and forth here. So I was happy to find that. And, of course, I had to have more incense. My last year's haul is, I still have a bit in my desk, and when you open the drawer, it's so, God, it smells so good. And he is Oignux. I have no idea how you would pronounce this. O-I-G, Oignux. Oignux. O-I-G-N-U-C-S. And he makes his own incense. And I love incense. I was looking for a new one of these, and I've had this for 10 years, but I'm slowly melting the top. And I like the fact that I don't know what the smells are. I just like discovering it when I burn them. And oh, this stuff smells so good. And it's $2 for 50 of them, and they're nice and strong and awesome. And to show you how much I like incense, Now this I've been hoarding for many a year. And these, oh, those could come from Ocean State. That smells good. Do I not have any more from Ames? That came from Kmart when it was 89 cents. Ames, when it was 59 cents for a pack of incense. And these smell so good. Earth scents. So these are very old incense. 39 cents from the Ocean State. I have dragon's blood in my thing right now. Incense, I have no idea. That's just sort of floating in here. Smells clean. The dollar incense isn't quite so good. You do kind of need to get a better brand to at least, you know, have a scented smell, you know. There we go. So yes, that is my incense hoard. It's just the, and I was hoping, and I had the same problem last year, of getting an actual incense burner, but their incense burners weren't long enough for the sticks. They were like that much too short, and it's like, well, what the hell are you going to do? It should be long enough to catch the ash of your incense stick, a standard boring size incense stick. But nope. So I still have to, I mean, this is held up for a long, long, long time. I think I was like $5 in Walmart many a year ago. But you can see how the bottom is buckled. Yeah. And it has its own little storage thing. And they did have one that was a lot smaller for the same price. But again, it was too short for the stick, and oh well. So I shall have this for another 15, 20,000 years, you know. But that. And the next thing I got, and we all know how much I love skulls and more skulls. I find them very pretty. And I bypassed this and found something else that I'm like, damn it, I gotta have them. I don't have a nice ornate skull. And this has like a lot of Celtic patternings to him. And I thought he was pretty. And he was $4.99, just a little light resin piece. So for me, I splurged. Sometimes you find these for like stupid prices, and I never understood why. But I like the intricacy, and you've got the patterns and, you know, the Celtic pattern in the eye sockets as well. So I don't know how much you'll be able to see of him. And he was a cute size too. So he shall join my friends over here. Very pretty, very ornate. Has a very strong jaw. And I thought he was nice. Because most of my skulls are just plain, boring, everyday skulls. And I got these things at the Fairy Hop gift shop, I think. And then there's Lad's Garden Center. And they're in South Windham, Connecticut. I have no idea where that is. A bit out of the way for me. And they have a bunch of the, these things. Fuzzy skeletons, and I can't remember what the heck they're called. I have a magnet floating around somewhere, and I don't know where it went. I don't know where it is. I got it a few years ago. I know the name for these things, but I don't know what it is. So, if you're in the Connecticut area, this is where you can get this stuff. You could probably find it in other kind of gift shops too, for probably a lot more. Now this is what I bypassed the skull originally for, and I just thought it was awesome. And it was $8.99, which for me would be, you know, to me a lot of money. It's like, you know, I had a roll of quarters, so it worked out great. And she was happy for the quarters. And it is this. Is this not the coolest frickin' thing ever? I have an incense burner. Again, I had gotten, I don't know if it was, you know, it might have been actually that where I got the cones previous years. But again, it was too short, but it was, so I just, you know, displayed anyways. It might be in my pics of Halloween this month. And, you know, see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. with the 3 skulls. That was just awesome. And it's vertical too, so I just thought it was amazing. I loved this. He's got a bit of a tumor sticking on his brain there, but you've got a few of the little bones. Ooh, this guy's even got part of his spine. And you got the bones and just coming out of the rock, and I just thought this was just the coolest thing ever. I just love this thing. They had quite a few things that I really liked. Like a bigger version of that they wanted like $14 for. Then they had a whole skeleton just sort of lounging like in this wild pose. But he was like $20 and way out of my league. So this just had me all over it. I don't know how many were there. I only saw the one, so get the price off because it's on the bottom anyways. And I have the box, so that's kind of cool. I just love this thing. To me, this is beautiful, okay? Deal. La, la, la. And for anybody who wishes to know, they'll have a masquerade weekend, the 19th and the 20th. So hopefully this will be up at least soon enough that you might actually be able to go, maybe-ish. That is the final weekend, this coming weekend, I guess. We went on the Cosplay costume contest day. So you could go as, you know, pretty much anything. There were quite a few pretty neat costumes. One guy was dressed up as Ghost Rider. That was freaking awesome. Except the guy dressed as a Jedi beat him out. At least he wasn't a Sith. But he had a girl that had a Doctor Who outfit. She had like the dress that you got at the topic that looked like the TARDIS. But it was like a handmade kind of scarf that she had sewn in police box on, with like a little hat that kind of was like the little tiny light on the top. That was just cool. Somebody was Ariel because she was hanging around with a crab. If it wasn't for Sebastian and stuffed Sebastian, I wouldn't have known who she was. One was a girl that was the lady from Brave, and then Rapunzel. And they looked pretty good. I like their costumes. One was like a blue, she was like Amazonian tall. She had to have been at least 6 feet, you know, as like an elf. One woman was Galadriel, and it was a natural hair. It was like, she was perfect Galadriel. And then they had well, if you see my video, you would have seen the TARDIS, but you couldn't take pictures of the DeLorean with the Michael J. Fox guy looking at his, Michael J. Fox guy, but the wax figure, and then the doctor was like, it looked like he needed a coffee. I don't know, the figure that he had in the DeLorean. But you had to pay to have it, you know, take a picture, which kind of sucked. Steampunk was Saturday, which would have been cool. And this past Sunday was Doctor Who Sunday. No, I lied, Monday. So it would have been yesterday. And I would have loved to see, you know, who would have picked what doctor to go as, you know. And this was Connecticut Renaissance Fair. And that's the map of how you get to ye old Renaissance Fair. Plenty of porta potties, but they really need to rethink that joust set thing. There's just not enough room for people to sit. You needed a whole other set of bleachers. And they are every year, except this year they've moved to Norwich. And it's ctfair.com, and I'll put the link down below so you can check it out for the next year. And they have a springtime festival, which is Robin Hood themed, and that's more near Hartford way. And there's one in Enfield, and I think it's only for one day, and I have no idea what the heck the theme is. And that's kind of more up Massachusetts way. So, a lot of fun. A lot of things to do. There's different acts. You've got Cirque du Soleil, which is an acrobat that has like acrobatic rats as well. Think if Emily Autumn did like tight wire acts and didn't sing. So, you know, kind of along those lines. I'm not sure what Trash or Treasure was. Zoltan the Adequate is a magician. It's really kind of funny. The Lost Boys are kind of, they're bards, they're a musical group. Which are, okay, I can take them or leave them. I think Tribal de Luna is a belly dancing troupe. Then you have the Jousts. Vixens on Guard, or like the female version of, you know, the Three Musketeers. Sort of like a sexy version of them. I'm not sure what the Misfits of Avalon are. Birds of the Gauntlet, they have the, I can't remember, I saw it there. You know, peregrine falcons and all like the meat-eating birds and owls, and again, that's in my video too. They're usually there every year, and they're just really neat birds. It's nice that they rescue them. And they show different, you know, tricks with them, and that's in last year's video. They didn't have crossbows this year. It was only longbows. But then they were trying to be more family friendly. There's not as much of it, like adult jokes and things like that, which is okay, but it's like whoop-de-doo, you know. But yeah, these are just really cool. And then you have the actual story arc throughout the day, and you have different scenes that further the story as they progress, and then they'll walk through the fair, and sometimes they'll, you know, the Pope had, you know, come across us and were like, have you heard the news about the, you know, the king's sister wanting to, you know, not wanting to marry the, you know, King of France? And that guy was hysterical. And it was, you get to be part of the show more than, even if you're just amongst the crowd there and not just dragged on the stage. So definitely, if you have a chance to go, if you're anywhere near southern Connecticut, do go, because it is so much fun, and the actors are just so... I love the guy that played King Arthur, and now he was the mayor. He's still my favorite actor. Oh. And you can tell these people are enjoying themselves, too, doing what they're doing, and that just makes it so much more fun for us as a crowd. So, to end, I shall show you the last thing that I technically didn't get, he got for me. The only actual souvenir that I have gotten from the fair. The only thing I don't like is the fact that it doesn't say Connecticut Renaissance Fair anywhere on it, because this is the symbol for the fair. If you didn't know, you wouldn't know. And I love the goes, my friend said I was delusional. I almost fell off my unicorn. So I still find that cool. So this is my t-shirt from the fair. So if you want to, check out this year's video of my escapades at the fair. And last year I've got a whole other video that was from the Halloween section. They didn't do this year, so that kind of sucked. It's like a masquerade thing, but Halloween Nights with a K is last year. So do check that out. It should still be floating around. And thank you for watching. Do comment down below if you know of any other Renaissance fair anywhere in New England or anywhere you are that you'd like people to know about. Because, believe me, there's a lot of people that go to these things. Old, young, men, women, everybody. And it's fun. Do rate a thumbs up. And subscribe. There is always room for one more at Ye Lifestyles of the Strange and Exotic. See you all next time.